Hello, my name is Gracie Flake. Today I'm going to be presenting my microbiology advocacy project on December 2nd, and the professor is Dr. Shirley Foley. Fighting the threats of a foodborne pathogen with the Safe Plate Alliance, SPA, and the pathogen that we're going to be fighting is Listeria monocytogenes. I included a picture that kind of goes over the contamination and things that can happen. So first, it starts when you eat a contaminated food that has a bacteria in it. Then it can reach the intestines where it survives and attaches to the cells. Then it can move into epithelial cells and invades and multiplies there. And then the infection can spread to host cells, which causes the illness. And then possible outcomes include either gastroenteritis, invasive listeriosis, and then through blood. If it goes on the invasive listeriosis side, it can cause damage to primary target organs such as the spleen and liver, and then also can cause secondary target organs, brain and uterus, to become infected as well, which is more of a severe issue. And then moving on, so Safe Plate Alliance, that's going to be my advocacy group. So my organization, SPA, is dedicated in protecting the public's health by practicing better storage, distribution practices, and food handling improvement. Um, I included a picture on this slide. This is a slide that is just kind of brief history of the bacteria. So this visualizes the bacteria underneath a microscope, and it shows that it's gram-positive and it has a bacillus structure. It's known as a foodborne bacteria that was discovered in 1926 by Joseph Lister. The bacteria was originally known for its invasion of animals, but as time has progressed, it has become a human pathogen. Especially in pregnant individuals, newborns, and those who are immunosuppressed, and also the elderly. By the time of the 1980s, there was many outbreaks of food that had become contaminated with the bacteria, such as cheese and produce, which was obviously a huge health concern. But today we do have better surveillance and we do have better food safety practices to control the bacteria, but it is resilient and still harms people today. And then moving on to why I chose the bacteria. It can cause death in some cases and sickness, and especially pregnant women, newborns, elderly, and immunocompromised people. Although it is a less common foodborne bacteria compared to other types, it does contain a higher rate of hospitalization and death and contamination risk. This bacteria can be found in daily foods such as dairy, deli meat, produce, and ready-to-eat food. So I thought it was important to talk about it because I feel like that we should be able to eat food that we were made to eat without feeling like we're going to harm ourselves. National importance. So according to the CDC, about 1,600 cases and 260 deaths occur from the pathogen yearly in the United States. Why it matters is that the World Health Organization, WHO, has ranked it as one of the top causes of serious foodborne pathogens around the world. And then connecting to my advocacy group, SPA focuses on promoting food storage safety and handling to prevent contamination. And then I included a picture of a world map. It kind of shows cases of Listeria monocytogenes around the world. That's a really good example of the cases around the world. This is information about the disease, so listeriosis. Causative agent is Listeria monocytogenes. Reservoirs is found in soil, water, and animal intestines. The transmission is ingesting contaminated foods such as deli meats, unpasteurized dairy, and produce. The incubation period is around 3 to 70 days, but it can vary depending on someone's immune system. And then symptoms like mild fever, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, also chills, headache, and muscle aches as well. Upset stomach. I included a picture that kind of goes over all the symptoms, which is really good. And then it can cause sepsis, meningitis, miscarriage, or also stillbirth. The duration is around 1 to 4 weeks, depending on severity of infection. And the treatment is antibiotics such as ampicillin or gentamicin. And then how you can kind of prevent yourself from getting the disease is avoid unpasteurized foods, wash produce thoroughly, and keep refrigerated foods below 40 degrees Celsius, 40 degrees Fahrenheit and 4 degrees Celsius. And then moving on to about the microbe, so Listeria monocytogenes. It's a bacterium. It's positive, so it stains purple under gram stain. Its shape and arrangement is short rods, so bacilli, often in pairs or short chains. Its phylum is Firmicutes. It's a facultative anaerobe, so it needs to survive with oxygen or without oxygen. And its motility is tumbling, motility at room temperature. And it's done by flagella, and the optimal growth temperature is around 30 to 37 Celsius. I included an image in this slide as well. This just shows up a close-up view of the bacteria's shape as an example. And then virulence factors. LLO allows bacteria to break out of immune cells and spread. Internalin A/B helps invade host cells, including crossing the placenta. ACTA protein enables movement inside cells using the host actin filaments. And then some interesting facts. It can survive in salty, cold, and low oxygen environments, making it a top food safety concern. It can cross blood-brain barrier and placenta, leading to meningitis or fetal infection. And then only a few thousand cells can cause serious illness. So it is a very serious issue. And then this is the impact of Listeria monocytogenes on health and society. So I included a picture, prevention of Listeria infection. So cook your meat thoroughly, avoid high risk foods, wash your hands and kitchen surfaces frequently, and then store foods correctly at 4 degrees Celsius or 18 degrees Celsius. And then in the United States, we already talked about this, but 1,600 infections and 260 deaths per year, according to the CDC. Third leading cause of foodborne death in the United States. Major outbreaks linked to ice cream, deli meats, and produce. WHO estimates 23,000 cases and 5,500 deaths each year worldwide. And then higher rates in industrialized nations with processed foods. 2.3 billion annual cost in the U.S. healthcare and lost productivity is economic impact. And then at-risk populations is pregnant women, newborns, older adults, and immunocompromised individuals. And then future concern is the growth of globalized food trade and ready-to-eat foods increases the risk of the outbreaks happening. And then this is the mission. So this is SPA's mission is to ensure that everybody has accessible food that's healthy and the storage and distribution standards are met. So we can work with local farms, grocery stores, and food distributors in order to monitor safe food temperatures during transportation, advocate for nationwide refrigeration and food handling guidelines for every stage of food delivery, and then partnering with the FDA can be a great help in reporting unsafe storage or contamination events. And then I included a picture. It just kind of has some cold chain monitoring, key solutions. So I think a really great thing is that we now have Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, and we have monitoring systems with technology. So we can really monitor like how these trucks, like the temperatures that they are carrying food around in, and are being safe and being met with the right temperatures. And then reward compliant businesses with a safe plate certified seal to display for consumers. Support new cold chain compliance policies that track temperatures from farm to shelf, and then encourage companies to use real-time temperature monitoring systems for refrigerated foods. And then so keeping it cool, so how the community can help and engage. And then so encourage local farms and grocery stores to join SBA Safe Transport Pledge, volunteer with SBA to check on safe food transport conditions in your area. Support the community and policies that promote temperature monitoring in food delivery trucks. Spread awareness on social media with hashtag SafePlateAlliance to educate and inform others about keeping food cold and safe. And then partner organizations as well, so local health departments, safety nonprofits, and then small businesses as well, as like grocery stores and farms that want to show they care about safe food. And then this is going to be my works cited. So this is all the information where I got all my information from. And then this is my URLs for my images. I hope you guys enjoy this presentation, and I hope you learned a lot. Thank you very much.